NextEra Energy's strategy amid Trump's renewable energy bill. Donald Trump's latest bill has been hailed as tough but constructive for the renewable energy sector, according to NextEra Energy's CEO John Ketchum. But while some analysts are skeptical, this could be the game changer that reshapes the renewable landscape. But here's where it gets controversial. During a recent earnings call, Ketchum confidently stated that NextEra Energy is well-positioned to protect its renewable projects from early tax credit phase-outs under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. He believes that the company's constant state of construction will allow it to secure its projects through 2029, potentially giving it a significant market advantage as competitors face rising costs. But this bold claim has raised eyebrows among industry experts. NextEra isn't just banking on wind and solar. Ketchum revealed plans to capitalize on the growing demand for new gas and nuclear generation, though he admitted it's too early to predict customer needs beyond 2030. But here's the part most people miss. If the One Big Beautiful Bill was meant to limit renewable energy growth, executives at NextEra don't see it happening, at least not for them. During the QA session, CFO Michael Dunn dismissed concerns that the reconciliation bill would create a cliff for renewable projects, arguing it's merely changing the rule set. Ketchum expressed confidence that NextEra could take advantage of the law's exceptions for projects that start construction before July 4, 2026, to secure tax credits through 2029. However, smaller developers might struggle to access capital in time, potentially reducing competition for NextEra in 2028 and 2029. This could open up even bigger opportunities for the company. But analysts on the call were skeptical. Ketchum's claims about avoiding tax credit losses were met with doubt, and the company's stock price dropped nearly 5% following the call, despite beating second-quarter earnings estimates. Jefferies, a leading financial services firm, warned of a clear long-term headwind for NextEra, noting the company's reluctance to provide long-term earnings projections. While NextEra has signed contracts for 3.2 gigawatts of new projects since April, most of these are scheduled to begin operations after 2028. The analysts also pointed out that orders for new wind projects are lagging behind NextEra's sales targets, while demand for energy storage is on the rise. As the renewable energy landscape continues to evolve, one question remains: will NextEra's strategy pay off, or are they underestimating the challenges ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take on this controversial topic. Why Congress should end all energy subsidies, the hidden costs of fossil fuel support. Did you know that Congress recently passed a budget package that significantly reduced tax credits for clean energy while oddly leaving fossil fuel subsidies untouched? President Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act into law on July 4th, marking a move that many see as favoring traditional energy sources over renewables. But here's where it gets controversial. Why single out clean energy for subsidy cuts when fossil fuels continue to receive billions in taxpayer dollars each year? The U.S. government shells out an estimated $10 billion to $15 billion annually. https://oilchange.org/fossil fuel subsidies to the fossil fuel industry through various means such as tax breaks, direct spending, and below-market leases on public lands. This kind of financial support, often criticized as corporate welfare, not only benefits already profitable companies, but also places an additional burden on taxpayers who end up footing the bill for environmental damages caused by these industries. Interestingly, the budget bill didn't just maintain fossil fuel subsidies, it actually increased them. New provisions include reduced royalty fees for oil and gas extraction on public lands, additional tax credits for drilling costs, and delays in implementing fees for methane emissions. The coal industry also snagged new subsidies, including reduced royalty payments and tax breaks for metallurgical coal exports. This raises a crucial question. Why the double standard? If we're concerned about fiscal responsibility and reducing environmental impact, shouldn't all energy subsidies be on the table for elimination? After all, subsidies distort market dynamics, protect inefficient technologies, and divert public funds that could be better spent elsewhere. transitioning to a subsidy-free energy sector would force companies to compete based on merit, encouraging innovation and efficiency. It would also align market forces with environmental goals, potentially leading to healthier communities and a more sustainable future. And let's not forget the potential savings. Eliminating all energy subsidies could free up billions in federal spending. This isn't just about economics. It's about fairness and sustainability. By leveling the playing field, we can foster a more dynamic and responsive energy market that truly serves the public interest. So, what do you think? Should Congress eliminate all energy subsidies, or is the current approach justified? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Why electric bills in Washington state are set to rise. Washington residents brace for rising electricity costs, experts warn. Your power bills are about to climb higher, and federal policy changes are to blame. Senator Patty Murray has sounded the alarm that Washington state residents will face increased electricity costs due to the controversial One Big Beautiful Bill, which significantly reduced federal funding for renewable energy initiatives. But is there truth to this claim? And what factors are driving these potential increases? Standing amid the impressive Denny substation in Seattle's bustling South Lake Union District, Washington State Commerce Director Joan Ewen provided some perspective. Surrounded by modern skyscrapers that didn't exist 2 decades ago, he explained the long-term nature of energy planning. This substation was specifically designed to accommodate this urban growth, Ewen explained, pointing to the infrastructure around him. Utility companies plan decades in advance. When you're mapping out energy needs for 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years, and suddenly the federal government withdraws promised support, it jeopardizes the entire planning framework. The reality is that utility companies face unavoidable expenses. Infrastructure like transmission lines and equipment continuously deteriorate and require maintenance or replacement. Meanwhile, the proliferation of AI data centers is consuming the region's power surplus, creating a narrower margin for error in energy management. Washington's urban areas are experiencing more frequent heat waves, during which local energy capacity reaches its limits, forcing utilities to purchase additional power from external markets at premium prices. But here's where it gets concerning. Statistical models now show an increasing probability that Washington and California could simultaneously experience extreme heat events. In such scenarios, Nguyen cautioned that Washingtonians might face brownouts or complete blackouts because the market simply wouldn't have enough electricity to meet everyone's demands. Don Lindell, CEO of Seattle City Light, emphasized that Washington must expand its energy capacity, but without federal backing, these development expenses will inevitably be transferred to consumers. We've experienced cuts to federal grant funding and the elimination of crucial tax credits, Lindell explained. These financial incentives were designed to reduce construction costs. Their removal directly impacts the final price of energy production. Lindell further warned that new energy infrastructure projects will come with substantially higher price tags. Additional challenges like increased tariffs and ongoing supply chain disruptions have made this outcome inevitable. Consumers should prepare for substantial rate increases that will likely continue for the next decade or longer, she predicted. This troubling forecast isn't limited to Seattle. Similar situations are unfolding across numerous Washington communities. When contacted for clarification on these funding changes, the U.S. Department of Energy did not respond to inquiries. Do you think the federal government should reconsider its approach to energy funding? Or should states be more self-sufficient in developing their infrastructure? How will these rate increases affect your household budget? Share your thoughts in the comments below.